Good evening, entrepreneurs and visionaries. Welcome to another Monday Night Live training, where your journey to business success accelerates. Join us for insights, strategies, and tools to elevate your business while keeping your budget in mind. It's time to transform your passion into profit. Your host, Corey von Bill-Foster, is about to take the stage. Get ready to be inspired and empowered. The future of your business starts now.
All right, I think we're back. And if you're seeing this for the first time, we were having some technical difficulties, but I think I got them squared away. You know what? It's because I'm having a good day. That's all it is. I don't know about you guys, but when I'm having a good day, like life be trying to life me a little bit. And I don't like that. Because I'm like, why are you doing this to me? I'm having a productive, great day. I'm excited. I'm jazzed up. I'm just making sure that everyone can see that we're in the house. So as soon as I get that squared away, we'll dive in. But yeah, I just feel like I said, when I'm really having a good day, that's when I notice like the foolery. Because I'm like, really? Usually we have no issue going live. There's no problem. I can do all the links. Like, I'm getting pretty good at this. And then all of a sudden it was like, and no, we're not going to do well today. I'm like, what? Why? All right. It's okay. We move forward. Oh, excuse me. But how are you guys doing? As you guys are coming in, let me know. Shout out to the replay folk. I see you guys. So I'm still talking to you. Let me know what's going on. How's your day been? This is our first Monday in August. Like, it's crazy because I can really remember just like January, like it was yesterday, and we are in August. That is crazy. But we making it, y'all. We getting there. Before you know it, it'll be the end of the year. And if you've been doing the work, when that end of the year hits, you're going to be able to smile and say, like, I did that. I rocked out that year. That's the goal. I want all of us to be able to say that because it's still time. Like, we can't necessarily go back and fix what shoulda, coulda, been done. But there is ample time to make sure that we are progressing the way we need to be successful this year. All right, look, I'm trying to get one more posted, and it's just cutting up. All right, there we go. But yeah, for me, it's so funny. I'm really weird in a good way, where it's almost like tricking yourself to have success sometimes, like, because life is going to happen. And I've been explaining this to you guys and to my clients, like, life is going to continuously happen. Things are going to come up, but we really have to set the tone. We have to set intention. And for me, that is like starting my day as excited and crazy as possible, even going into it knowing like it's going to be a mess. So this morning, for those of you who don't know, I'm also a homeschooling mom, and actually I've had my cousin here all summer. So this was her last day of her summer internship. All the kids got summer internships. They were at different locations. I have been ripping and running all summer. June, I traveled a whole bunch. Got to meet some of you guys live and in person. July was the kids, and we had kids at camp, kids at work. It was a whole thing. So today was my last day, but I also had decided to black girl too close to the sun, and I took my hair out over the weekend. So I was walking around looking like Minnie Mouse all day, looking crazy, driving around, dropping kids off, picking kids up, trying to work, doing my coaching calls, doing content for clients. We also have a homeschool platform that we're trying to build up. So I was working with the kids to get that content done. Ended up with the migraine, meal prepped. I mean, it was just thing after thing. But this morning I knew that was going to be my schedule. And so I called my assistant first thing this morning. I said, look, we're going to have a great day. She was like, what? I was like, we're going to have an amazing day. And when I tell you, even though the day has been bonkers, I still feel super excited. Like, I feel like my body was tricked into having all these amazing endorphins to be like, you're having a great day. You're having a great day, even though it's just been madness and it's going to continue to be madness. I was telling my husband, like, we still got hours more work to do after I get off with you guys. But sometimes, hey, queen, sometimes you just have to trick yourself. Because yeah, it's gonna be hard. Look, Queen's one of these egg consultants. Y'all got it rough. If y'all already back at school, or you gonna be back at school, if you took a contract, don't let your business stop. No going in. Yeah, these kids gonna be cutting up. Yeah, these parents gonna be cutting up. Yeah, admin ain't gonna give you the support. But what you gonna do? You're gonna rock out and you're gonna progress your business and you're gonna be amazing and you're gonna have a great day, a great week, a great month, a great school year. So just start putting that in your spirit. I think oftentimes we let life happen to us, but we gotta just be like, no, this is what I'm about to do, right? This is how my life's about to be run. All right, I think we're good. We're everywhere. See, I was working while I was talking, y'all. It's called multitasking. But all right, I actually have my notes in front of me today because, like I said, my eyes on fire. We got a migraine, and look, the hair's not done, so I'm gonna stay real still. One of my good mentors was like, "Girl, if you don't throw the hat," I was like, "And I will." You got to do what you got to do, guys. All right, but for those of you who missed last week, you missed an amazing session. We had an amazing tax professional come on and give us all the tea. I'm sorry, I forgot to put on the website. I just glanced at it before I went live. I will update that. So if you're interested in reaching out to Tracy, it'll be on the website. If you're in the portal, all her stuff is already there, I do believe, but I'll double check. So if you, and don't wait. I know you're like, girl, it's the middle, like, it's not tax season. This is the time to really start working with a tax professional now. Don't wait until January because just like Tracy said, you've missed out on all the strategy that could have gotten you a lot more out of the tax season if you wait. But we're going to kind of stay in the same vein of make sure our money's right, y'all. So today we're going to be talking about financial safety nets for our for and budgeting, right, for our businesses. Here in the iRock world, oh, I should introduce myself. Y'all, let me not introduce myself. I am Corey Fumble Foster, speaker, trainer, certified business coach specializing in implementation. And I'm also the CEO of iRock Marketable Business Solutions, where we support coaches, consultants, speakers, authors, basically entrepreneurs that are trying to monetize their passion on a budget. We do this through business fundamentals, marketing, and sales strategies. So if that sounds like you, you're in the right place. Every Monday at 6 p.m., we have these Monday night talks. I'm not usually all over the place, but life was life. But we're still going to have a great time. So definitely get your pen and paper together because we're going to talk about money today. We're not going to shy away from it. Even though here in iRock we talk about doing business on a shoestring budget, that doesn't mean that we don't have a plan. That doesn't mean that we don't plan for growth. That doesn't mean that we're not realistic about what we can and cannot do with our money now. And so today I hope to kind of like just break the shell away a little bit when we talk about money because I think, well, what I have noticed, I should say, is that when people work with me, they either come in saying, I have no money for marketing, which is usually what they're like, I just don't have no money. Or they say, well, I've invested in all these things and I don't know what to do, or I have no money coming in, so I'm not really sure to prioritize. And so we're just going to talk about money today in a really realistic way. I tell people all the time, I'm not the kind of coach that's going to tell you to go out and get tons of credit and loans. Like, we're going to start with what we have. We're going to be realistic, and then we're going to grow as we can. And I think that that's the best way, especially because I know most of my audience are women who have children, who have other responsibilities other than living their amazing dreams. And so I like to be very realistic. But you can grow. We've been in business now, I keep saying 6 years, but it's probably even longer than that. And when we started, we had no funds. So I get what it's like to have zero funds for real. And now, we are able to hire people when we need to. We're able to travel when we need to. And I'm speaking to the existence, y'all. Come next year, your girl's not flying coach anymore. I can't do it. Don't want to do it. And so, yeah, we're going to have a budget for that as well. So let's start at the beginning. I always like to start with the fundamentals to make sure we're kind of all on the same page. Some of you may know this information. Some of you may not. And that's okay. Because we're going to get there. We're going to get there together. Let me slide some notes. Because I was like, I don't know if I like it on the paper. All right, let's go. All right, so first we need to, and we start with this with marketing. We start this with business. We start like this when it comes to our finances too. The first thing we need to know is the information, right? We need to conduct a comprehensive review of our current financial status. Now, when you're starting your business, you may not have money designated in like a business account for your business. It would be nice if you did, but it doesn't mean you have to. When I first started my business, I actually took out my first business, I should say. I took out a loan for my household right? I knew we had, regular funds. My husband had been working, he was working, and then I had been working previously and ended up with like disability. So I said, look, I told myself, I said, self, we're gonna borrow X amount of dollars. I don't remember how much it was. It was probably a couple of bucks, probably less than 500. We're gonna borrow this amount of money, and then we're gonna pay it back, and we're never gonna borrow from the house again. And that's what I did. I borrowed a specific amount of money. I knew that I actually used that money for inventory because back in the day I had a product based business where I was making things. So that's what I spent that $500 on. And then as I made more money, I was able to then buy more things. I ended up buying a tent for vending. I ended up buying, display things and all kind of fun stuff. But that money came from the sales, the revenue that I brought in. So if you are at the beginning stages or starting over, you're like, oh, I need to figure this out. If it's possible, can you borrow from yourself, right? From your house? Now, we talk a lot. We talked about this last week about not intermingling funds. Please try not to, but sometimes you got to start someplace, right? And I love a no interest loan from myself, because a lot of you who are working 9 to 5s may be able to find some extra cash, whether you're door dashing, whether you're babysitting, doing hair. Like where there's a will, there's a way. I really feel like sometimes we have to take our pride out of the equation. I'm a legally blind person, and twice I've been hired to clean when I've needed money for my business. Y'all know I can't see. They didn't know. I went, got an interview, got that money, put it in my business. So for those of you trying to do some, like, because we cannot make things out of nothing. So if you're saying, okay, I don't have any money coming into my business, but I really would like to be able to do some things, make some moves, hire some help, whatever, then how can we do that? And we'll talk more about that a little later. But that may be something to think about. Can you borrow it from yourself? If not, grabbing some money. But at the end of the day, you need to take like a kind of a screenshot right now and say, what is the financial status of my business? Do I have any money? If I do, where's that money coming in from? Where's it going out to? Do I have any profit? Am I able to pay myself? And I've told this story on a Monday Night Live before, and I've told my clients when I worked with a young lady who hit the 6-figure mark, did amazing, had an amazing company, but wasn't able to pay herself. Right? Now you did all that work. The government saying you made some money, everybody saying, yeah, you made money, but you don't get to enjoy the benefits of that. We don't want that to happen either. So knowing our numbers is going to be essential. And we could talk forever about all the numbers you should know, but for the purposes of this, let's talk about two categories: fixed expenses and your variable expenses. The fixed expenses are expenses that's going to come out that account every single week, month, year, whatever, time frame it is. But these are expenses that you're going to have to find the money for. I have people who want to get like e-course platforms. They want to get on a Kajabi or what have you. And I tell people, like, you can do Kajabi. I love it. I use it. But it's about $200 a month. And I think that's the lowest version you can have. And I always say, if you're going to invest in it, you need to be able to have it for at least a year. And so when you look at your fixed expenses and you're saying, okay, this is part of my overhead, you need to have money for that, for the foreseeable future. So make sure that any fixed expenses you have something in place right now to cover it. If you have fixed expenses where every month you scratching your head trying to say, like, how is this going to get paid, then you need to reevaluate these numbers. You need to figure out what you may or may not be able to cut. You need to figure out how you can do some cash infusions into your business. Now, there's variable expenses. I like some variable expenses. I don't enjoy the fixed ones as much, but the variable expenses are fun. I had a hard time putting marketing and variable expenses because I think if you have a good marketing strategy, you have a team, that should be a fixed expense. But for some of you, it may be something that you pay for from time to time. You may have an advertising budget from time to time. You may have travel expenses, freelancers, training and development. You may be hosting events. These are expenses that come and go, but they're not something that is going to be drawn automatically out of your account every single month or week or whatever the case may be. So again, we're gonna take a real look. I know it's not gonna be fun, and see where's our money coming in from. Where is it going out to? What are some of the expenses that we know day in, day out we're gonna have to pay? And then where's my fun money, right? My variables where I can, see if I can afford it or can't afford it. Next, you want to set some realistic goals. Just like when you made your business plan, just like when you started planning for your year or your quarter, you have to have realistic goals about how you're going to use your money, right? Money's not a positive or a negative thing. It's just how are you going to use it, right? X amount of dollars, then I need to do this to get there, right? So you set up a goal. I'm going to do this every month and pay myself this amount of money. If you're going to hire someone, some of you, shout outs to y'all, have been hiring VAs. I know because we've been talking. And yeah, so now you have that expense. So set a realistic goal. I actually hired a new VA last year, not last year, last month, and we meet every week. And one of the things I expressed to her was we have a 90-day trial period, right? And it's not nothing against her. I'll have an idea and say I want to bring somebody in for a project. I already know she's qualified because I hired her. But I say we got 90 days to show that this makes money. If it doesn't make money, I'll miss you. And it helps her know like this is my goal, because no one it gets to be a part of our company that that doesn't have a direct connection to the company making money. It just can't. And I know some of you are like, well, it's time, but time is cool to not have to worry about, but not again if it doesn't equate to money. Because all right, now I got all this free time, but I'm not making any money, so I'm just losing money. So that's just the real of it. So if you're doing any projects, make sure you can make that connection to the money, right? So set some realistic financial goals. Again, where's the money coming in from? And make sure you know all those avenues. Make sure you know how you're going to get there. How are you going to spend the money? How are you going to have your money make you money, right? Now, because we're doing business on a shoestring budget, we need a budgeting plan. And it's the B word. I hate it. I hate it in my personal life. I hate it in my business life. But you do need a budget and you need to stick to it, right? It doesn't make sense. And I want to say this as nicely as I can, but it doesn't make sense for some of you guys because I've had calls with people that I know are never going to buy marketing, right? And the reason I'm harping on marketing is because people come all the time. Usually with coaching, they know that it's going to cost a little bit. But marketing, they'll come and they'll be like, hey, I really need a website. Now, I've already done the market research. I already know we got the cheapest websites in town. They're great, they're quick, we gonna get you there. Last month we did a website special. Some of you got them, but yeah, it was like $500 for a website with no copy, $600 with copy. You're not going to get that other places. People would still get on a call with me and be like, "Oh, dang!" I'm sitting here like, "How much did you think a website was going to be? Right? What was your budget?" A lot of you are going into situations with no budget. Some of you are overspending because you're getting the warm and fuzzies. I've seen people do that, buy courses, get coaches, do all kind of stuff. You ain't had no budget. You don't even know how you're going to utilize the material. You just really wanted it. And then I've had people go in and really not have done any research and want something and have no budget for that. So we need to be realistic. We need to say, okay, this is how much money I got. I already said my goals. This is how I'm going to spend my money. You need a marketing budget for business. You need an overhead budget, right? If you're going to have staff, you need a payroll budget. You need a budget. So make sure that you're writing it down, itemizing things, and saying, okay, this is how I'm going to spend my money and track it. Just like your business plan, it doesn't help you if you just got the categories, they sit there and you never look at it again. Track it, right? And if you're somebody who doesn't like to track, because I am that girl, make sure you have somebody who can track it for you and give you the report so that you're still informed and you know your numbers. Now, I talked earlier about cutting unnecessary expenses. This is real. You will forget all the things you pay for. You will. You're like, oh snap, I pay for this. Just like with your house, I have a husband. I had to look at our account. I said, we got YouTube music. He was like, yeah. I said, why? Who listening to it? And that was an expense we could cut. Some of you have probably bought things and now it's on a cycle, right? And you ain't even using it. I got an email the other day saying that I don't even think it's called Geek Squad anymore. Had like billed me a couple $100s. Now I hope it's fake. I had my assistant; she's supposed to be looking into it, but it might have been an auto renew, right? And so some of you, if you're not keeping close tabs, maybe getting some of that auto renew. I used to pay for I have an HP printer, and I paid every month for ink. And then I looked one day and was like, I ain't even using all of this. Like they told me, they sent that cool email saying, girl, you use about this much. This will be the best plan for you. We'll ship you the ink so you don't have to worry about it again. I was trying to save time and I didn't want to run out of ink. And then I looked and was like, this is not cost effective because it'd be cheaper if I just waited and got the ink when I needed because I'm not printing that much. And it took a while because my printer actually wasn't working for months and I was still paying every month. And they gonna take that money regardless. And they just weren't sending me ink because I didn't need it. So definitely look and see what unnecessary expenses you can cut. Some of you, and I'm gonna talk to the ladies, hair, nails, makeup. I've had to do that before and be like, all right, I'm gonna do my own nails because I know I want the look, but I'm gonna do my own nails so I can save a little bit of money for my business. Going in that closet, finding old outfits instead of buying a new one for the trip, right? That business trip. You gotta do what you gotta do. So find, especially as a frugal, doing business on a shoestring budget entrepreneur, find ways to cut costs. You may not be able to do things like the Joneses are doing it, right? I've had coaches that, got video production out the wazoo. They have these teams of all these people and all the things. And if that's not something that's in my budget, it's not. And believe me, you can still get there, but sometimes we have to be realistic. Some of you are trying to do things before your pockets can do it, and so you're not being able to be successful. I'm really very transparent with people when they come to me and they say they want to run ads. I ask them what the budget is. Like, we're not even gonna have an ads conversation until you tell me your budget. Because some people are like, yeah, I'm gonna do like, $20, $30 a day. Because they'll say, well, my old coach used to run ads. Ads work. Nobody's saying they don't. But you got to have an ads budget. I've seen the background of my clients who run a lot of ads, my past coaches who run a lot of ads. And when they break it down and you see that they done spent $40,000 on an ad campaign, and then I come to you and you say you got a budget of $20 a day, we don't need to have no ads conversation right now. It's not that we can't do it in the future, and it's not that that strategy doesn't work. It just doesn't work for you right now with your budget. And that's okay. That's okay. It just means we got to do a little something different. All right. So, like I talked about before, we need to sometimes just find interesting ways to increase your revenue streams. Yes, a lot of us have a main offer, right? A high ticket offer. You should if you don't. But sometimes that main offer may take a little bit to kind of get rolling, right? They may need to be some automation. There may need to be some building, some editing. Things may need to happen before that product is really ready and driving traffic and all the things. In the meantime, what are we selling? Right? What are we doing to bring in income? Sometimes we need cash infusions. I remember doing my first course and wanting it to be edited. And we didn't have a lot of money. We recorded it in house. It was great, but we needed somebody to edit it and do all the things. So I was like, okay, well, this is how much I need. and we found the money to do it. We just did some odd jobs and got it done. And so you need to think about ways to bring in money. Sometimes it can be within your business. Some of you can run sales. I was talking to one of my new accountability partners, and I was telling her about a win back campaign. For those of you who are not familiar with that, it's when you just focus on people you've already worked with, and you reach out and you serve them in some way. You can ask them. I always say, like, give me your wish list. Tell me what I can do for you, or pitch them an offer and really focus on them. And so that's what she's in the process of doing. But it's just to get cash infusions. She still has her main stuff going, but right now her business needs money. It's been spending a lot. And so she's finding an interesting way, a creative way to go and find it. So especially some of my consultants who, may not be getting the gigs you're looking for right now. Maybe you're pitching and, the process has started, but you're looking for money. What can you sell now? Can you do power hour coaching sessions? Can you do 30-minute consultations where, you charge a quick fee for something quick? Can you sell a little ebook? Can you do a challenge with a VIP? Can you host a cheaper webinar? Can you go, like I said, DoorDash, Instacart? Some of you are teachers. Get on Teachers Pay Teachers, OutSchool. Figure it out. What can you do? Like I said, babysit, cut grass, lemonade stand. I don't care. Find ways to bring in some revenue so that you can then afford to do the things you want to do. Period. Sometimes some people get so stuck in like, I can only sell this one offer. Why? We try to make money today. We can come back to this offer, or it can be still growing and working, but let's make some money today. All right. Where you can set up automation to make sure that you're not getting hit with any additional fees like late fees, hits to your credit, things like that. It helps. It helps. Even if it's a small thing, the more you can automate, the better. And this is automating you spending, but also people paying you. Because there's nothing worse than you done did the work to get the client and then they don't pay you and you don't catch it. And now you're trying to reach out to them and the money should have been there and you could have been using that money in your business. Automate. Automate everything you can. So when it comes to your clients, having something like a CRM system, a customer relationship management system that can automate that process and alert you to missed payments. Make sure you have tight contracts where people understand the penalties if they don't pay. To make sure that you are getting the money that you have been promised as you give, whatever the product is. Make sure you're regularly reviewing. Like I said, you don't want to be like me with the printer and be like, oh snap, I've been paying this for what? Make sure that you are checking those emails, checking the mail. Look, I'm saying all this stuff because I've done it. Make sure that you're looking at your reports and saying, okay, this is how much money I think I got coming in. This is how much I had, really coming in. This is what I spent it on. Are these numbers making sense? Do we need to adjust it? Because there are definitely times when you do. Don't wait to just the end of the year. You may need to adjust now, and that's okay. Make sure you're prioritizing the financial health of your business. I'm all for like a leap of faith, but there's nothing worse than investing in something you think is going to really help you, only to spend the whole time you're trying to utilize that material stressed out about being able to pay for it. I've had that happen where I've overextended myself thinking like, this is going to work for me. And it did looking back, but it wasn't on my timeline the way it should have been. So I invested in something very expensive that was going to help me move my business forward. But I did not really see the dividends from that until a year later. But 6 months in, I was like, where is the money? Like, oh my gosh. And it's so stressful. And you cannot, at least for me, and I've seen this happen to others, you cannot effectively in a healthy way maneuver like that. You're always in a fear of survival mode almost, to be like, oh my gosh, like the business will close any day. And you don't want to feel like that. That was one of my biggest things. I was like, I don't want to ever feel like if X happens, the business will fall. I want to make sure I always have a buffer. So prioritize the financial health of your business as a major top priority. And just have good risk management. I'm not saying, like I said, I'm not saying you can't invest and take risks, but take informed risks, have backup plans to the backup plans, just to ensure that, like I said, your business is going to be able to be thriving, that you're going to be able to pay yourself, and everything will be fine. This year, upped my pay and I had some other income coming in, and I'm just gonna be real with you, that other income was looking a little shady, looking a little wiggly, and I had to tell my husband like, all right, I got a plan. Got a plan. If this slides here, we're gonna do this. And so being able to see that quickly, right? If I wasn't paying attention, I wouldn't have been able to notice it ahead of time, come up with a plan and the backup plan to make sure that it's not going to be harmful to you and your family. Because having a business, even though it's hard, even though it's stressful, it should not be to the detriment of your family. I don't know about you guys, and maybe it's because I'm a woman. I hate that movie. What is it? The Pursuit of Happiness, where Will Smith allows himself to end up homeless with his child. They're on like the subway, and then like it's just a hot mess. He can't even pay for daycare. And I know some people, and I've seen men especially, love that movie and be like, oh my gosh, he made it. That's, the grind, American dream. But what I see is trauma to the child. What I see is unnecessary hardship. It worked out for him, but it didn't work out for like 90% of the people. And I'm not saying you can't be the 1%. But for those of you who are moms, who are wives, who heck don't want to live on somebody else's couch or live in a subway, we can be smart about this. It may take more time. I'm not saying it won't. I'm not saying that maybe you invest in this, $50,000 offer that somebody's telling you they're going to be able to change your life. And maybe you're that person that it's going to work for and your life's going to change. And next year you'll be living on a yacht. Could happen. But for most of you, that is not the trajectory. And so I want to be very realistic and say, let's come up with a realistic plan for growth. Let's come up with a realistic plan for where you are right now. And then let's put things in motion and let's build. Because when this business started, like I said, I borrowed that couple $100s from me. That amount of money would not be able to sustain my business for a week. Like it just wouldn't now. heck, a couple of days. And so, you have to plan as you go and be open to that. Not everybody is going to have a multi six figure business on year one. That's okay. But it doesn't mean you can't be profitable in year one, right? My very first year in this business, right? So I had a business before this that was profitable. It was fine. But this business, when I first started it, my goal was simple. It was like end in the black. I did not want to end in debt. And I was able to do that. I'm trying to think what I did with that money first year. Did I think we just ended in the black. The second year, I think I paid off my car. The third year, I think I took my husband on a trip, and my goal for that trip was to not have to look at our cards. I just wanted to be able to pay, just swipe, 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 swipe. And we didn't plan nothing. We got on a plane, we went to Vegas, and that's what I wanted to do. It's like giving yourself a bonus at the end of the year. After that, we bought a house. Yeah, I was trying to think, like, every year I try to do something. I don't know what I did last year, but yeah, so every year pretty much I tried to do something to kind of celebrate making those financial milestones. All right. So hopefully this kind of gives you an idea. I've kind of gone through most of my notes. This was not a beat you over the head, teach you finances. We have financial advisors in the community. If you're watching in the community, we have Tremaine Wills. You guys can't see the book. I ain't gonna touch it again. Last time I touched it, it was crazy. Everything failed. But Tremaine Wills is in the group. She's an amazing financial advisor. Tracy is in the group. She's an amazing tax and bookkeeping specialist. Tap into those people because I'm not your financial person. I'm gonna tell you enough so you know better, but tap into those people and really see, what you can do, because you can do a lot with your finances, even on a very limited budget. Now, because I've been mentioning marketing a lot, I want to let you guys know this month we have an offer for you. I was talking with my team and I was expressing the fact that, at this point in the year, y'all have told yourselves all the things that you were going to learn Canva, you were going to learn CapCut, you were going to get on iMovie or whatever it's called these days, Ecamm, you were going to record reels, you were going to post every day, you was going to be on your content. Hey, Monique, hustle queen. Look, Monique, shout out to Monique. She was the first person to really get that money idea in my mind. I took her Future Billionaires Academy when I was about 6 months into this business, and I almost tripled my income in 90 days. She really was the first person to say, like, don't go to bed until you make your money. Like, if you say you're going to make $300 this week, you better do whatever to make $300. It changed my mindset on money. So I'm happy she popped on for this one. Definitely check her out if you're in the DMV area. She does event stuff. She sells clothes. She do all the things, and it's just a good inspirational person to watch. She also, her dad did I don't know if he still does, but I'm gonna shout him out anyway. He did a talk on finances as well. He has tons in the game on finances. So shout out to Monique's dad. Shout out to Monique's husband. Like, all the family. Yes, definitely. Monique, feel free, throw your tags in so people can follow you. Like, absolutely amazing. I'm gonna call her a hustle queen. I don't know what she want her title to be, but that woman don't stop. And she's a really real person. And I think that's what I appreciate. Like, she's not gonna give you no fluff. Like, it's gonna take work. Yes, you're gonna get up. Yes, you're gonna do all the things, but it's gonna work out in the end. But anyway, sorry, I got excited when I saw her name. But yeah, so you guys should at this point know, like, have you been consistent on social media, right? Have you been consistent? If you haven't, you need help. Let's just call it a day. Like, let's not keep kicking this can down the road of one day I'm going to record reels and I'm going to post them consistently. One day I'm going to have, be on top of my social media. One day I'm going to be able to get in front of my audience. Like, we don't have to lie to ourselves. We're in August. So me and my team sat and we said, how can we support these entrepreneurs? So I'm going to show you guys, and we're going to be quick about it. If it's for you, it's for you. If it ain't, that's fine. Because like I said, if we did it for you guys, it's going to go for this month. We'll see if it comes back. And if we ain't got a cute landing page for it, you ain't even getting that. We ain't doing all of that. So we got three tiers for this. You got 90 days of copy. Some of you guys just don't know what to post. It's not that you can't make your graphics. It's not that you can't make your reels and things. You're just like, I have no clue what to post. 90 days of content, we can write it for you. We talk to you, we do an onboarding call. We understand your goals. We understand your business, your brand, all that fun stuff. We give you 90 days of copy. Copy's your wording. We're going to give you your headers, your captions, your trending hashtags, all that fun stuff. If you got a VA in Nova Scotia working $2 an hour, you give it to her, she makes your content. That's your business, right? For those of you who really want us to kind of take the reins because we understand the business and we can make content that makes sense for you on brand, we have the 90 days and more. That is 90 days of copy, 90 days of graphics, 90 days of reels. These are 1 minute or less reels, and we always recommend posting a reel every other day. So you get 15 reels a month. And with that plan, and with the next one, you can set up a payment plan. So you can do like 3 payments. So if you're like, well, I can't do all of it at once, it's fine. 3 payments is fine. But we'll take care of that. And if you're like, I want to do the reels, but it's going to take me time, you get 90 days to get them to us. That's how it works. All right. For those of you who are like, I ain't gonna never post that stuff. Like, even if you make it, I'm not gonna post it. We got 90 days done for you. Some of you have already been on this package. Clients love it. It's not something new, but we discounted it for you guys. And this is, we create the 90 days of content, right? With that, you also get a 30-minute strategy call with me every month. You can ask any questions you want. You also get my team to post for you. So literally, you can be wherever you are in the world doing whatever you're doing. We're going to make all the content. You're going to be able to approve it, and we're going to send it out to all your platforms for you. You don't have to worry about it. I've had clients who've gotten daggone near cussed out at a family funeral. Like, why are you posting and your family, your loved one is in the grave? She's like, it ain't even me. I got a team. They're like, I didn't. They were like, it sounds like you. Yes, because we understand your brand and we talk like we are you from your point of view. With any of these packages, you own all the content that we create for you. And I'm going to tell you a little secret. You can reuse it. So I always tell people at least have a quarter's worth of stuff because nobody remembers what you posted last quarter for the most part until you start really growing your brand. So yeah, these are for you. So it's August right now. And it's going, and we're a small company. I always tell people, like, if we get maxed out, we get maxed out. But if you're saying, you're right, I really need support, I've been dragging my feet, it would be great to just have this content done for me, then you need to reach out now. You should be able to hit a link from this. There we go. You should be able to hit a link from this live to book a call now. It's completely free. You can ask all the questions you want. If these offers don't fit you, we do have our traditional offers, but I promise you, a lot of you need to be consistent, right? I get it. You're 9 to 5. You know, you're like, I just don't have time. This is the time now to tap into somebody like us while we're running a sale so that the rest of your year you got posts. And it'll be there. They'll be great. They'll be branded. You can show up as the expert you are without having to worry about it. While we're doing this, you can focus on building that course you've been talking about. While we're doing this, you can be reaching out to people for podcast engagements, for speaking engagements, right? You could be out here on TV. You could be wherever. But this part will be done. You can get in front of your target audience with real strategy, with real intent, and be consistent at it. All right, fair enough? All right, so we'll put more stuff out. If you're on an email list, you should be getting some emails with some more information about this offer. But I just want to let you guys know, like, it's here, and I know it can help you because just like when I worked with Monique, you can do a lot in 90 days if you really put all your efforts behind it. And sometimes you need a little help. I could not have done that double, almost triple my income had it not been for having support and strategy. Somebody be like, all right, did you get it done? Did you do this? Did you do that? Right? So make sure that you're taking advantage. Look at that budget. We talked about your money. Look at that. Look at the line for marketing, right? And see if it's in your budget. Like I said, it for the 90 days and more, which the 90 days and more is $600 flat, plus tax, I should say. And the 90 days done for you is $1,200. But again, we can break it into 3 payments. And what it looks like is the 90 days of copy comes out to about $1 a day, right? $90. Not $1 a day. The 90 days and more comes to about $7 a day, right? How much are you supposed to be paying yourself an hour? How long would it take you to make 90 days worth of content? This is graphics and reels, right? So if it's going to cost you more than $7 a day to pay yourself that time, then this is better for you. For 90 days done for you, this means we're creating it, it's custom, and we're posting it. It's less than $14 a day. I don't know about you guys, but I pay myself a lot more an hour than that. Just gonna be real. You know what I mean? I'm just gonna be transparent. My power hour coaching sessions are $200. So $200 an hour. For 14, I can have somebody create custom things for me, make sure I can review it, and they can post it for me. Come on, y'all. Sometimes you got to do the math. You got to change your mindset. So again, those offers are there. Please take advantage. If you have questions, feel free to reach out. If you're watching the replay, you still have questions, definitely reach out as well. But we're going to let that be all for today, guys. I hope you got something out of this. We'll be back every Monday at 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. So I will see you next time. Remember, I rock, you rock, we all rock. Bye, guys. In the world of service-based small businesses, success isn't just about what you offer. It's about how you showcase it. Welcome to iRock Marketable Business Solutions, your partner in marketing excellence. We understand that as a small business owner, you wear many hats, but marketing doesn't have to be one of them. At iRock, we offer a range of marketing services designed with your success in mind. Our team is your team, working seamlessly to bring your vision to life. Imagine having a partner who can turn your ideas into captivating visuals. Picture content that resonates with your audience and drives engagement. Think about a brand that reflects your uniqueness and leaves a lasting impression. With iRock, you don't just save money, you get more bang for your buck. Our services are budget friendly, so you can invest in growing your business. And we're all about consistency, no more false starts. Ready to take your marketing to the next level? Discover how we can make marketing easy, affordable, and consistent. Unlock the full potential of your marketing with iRock Marketable Business Solutions.